welcome to our regular session here for the November 13th, 2025 legislative session. Welcome all. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Close the door first.
As soon as you can.
Michael Yerden.
Present.
Herbert Yerden.
Present.
Edward Gilson.
Here.
David Holst has been marked excused. Roy Rehel.
Here.
John Martino.
Here.
Frank Bombardo.
Here.
Paul House.
Here.
James Weatherup.
Here.
Mary Ellen Chesbro. Present. Linda Lockwood. Here. Richard Klein.
Present.
Patrick Twist has been marked excused. Stephen Walpool.
Here.
Kevin Pell.
Here.
James Scanlon.
Here.
Charles Berger.
Here.
Robert Wilmot's been marked excused. Marie Shaw.
Here.
Paul Conley.
Here.
Noel Samuelson.
Here.
James Karasik.
Here.
Michael Soloway.
Here.
Mark Greco.
Here.
Frank Castilia.
Wouldn't miss it.
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 present, 3 excused, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Would you please lead us in the invocation?
As we come together today, let us give thanks for this opportunity to serve our community. Help us to be kind to one another as we confront difficult decisions. Let us remember that we all wish for a healthier, happier, more prosperous tomorrow, and that the debates we enter are only to decide which road to take. Grant us clarity of purpose, courage, and resolve in all we do, and protect us from all distractions. Amen.
And the pledge today will be led by veterans, legislators, and brothers, Michael and Herbert Reardon.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I trust the legislative president.
I want to apologize for being late. Sometimes putting the chair, the dog, the wife, my schedule, and the car all together in one unit is a challenge.
Understand well.
And then we had to ring.
Rose to the challenge. Thank you for being here. Again, I think has everyone had a chance to look at the minutes? Have a motion seconded. Any discussion? Legislator Castillo.
Mr. Chairman, I only got 2 meetings to go, this one and one to go, and I'm just going to have some fun. I'm sure that everybody's read the minutes, and nobody has any questions about it, but if you look at the first paragraph in the minutes, it says that, first paragraph states, the meeting was opened by Chairman Weatherup. Then the next paragraph states that he was absent. So I think we should correct that. I mean, but everybody read it and we were okay with it.
Oh, sometimes I spell it G-R-E-C-O.
Oh, all right. Now, the second issue that I have with the minutes, sir, and I would like corrected, under miscellaneous business, it states that I brought up about listening. And what it was I made a motion. And I made a motion to ask for a letter of non-support be drafted by the Governments and Courts Committee. I didn't get a second, so the motion failed. But it was a motion, and action was taken on the floor. So that has to be recorded as such. Okay? That's all we do is we vote on, it wasn't a second, but there was action. And I believe that it should be corrected, be put in there. And until then, I would say the minutes should be held until that time.
Thank you. We'll visit that and check back with you next month.
Thank you very much, sir. I'll be here waiting.
I'm sure you will. They're always welcome.
That's better.
Moving on to proclamations and recognitions, we have 3. Would the Human Services Committee please come forward?
All right, we're going to start with Operation Greenlight.
Hello, folks. Welcome to the meeting. The Oswego County Legislators recognize the Operation Greenlight, whereas the residents of Oswego County have great respect, admiration, and the utmost gratitude for all the men and women who have selfishly served this country and this community in the armed forces. And whereas the contributions and sacrifice of men and women that serve the armed forces have been vital in maintaining the freedom, the way of life enjoyed by our citizens, and whereas Oswego County recognizes the unique and difficult nature of military service during a time of war, and the commemorate unique and different nature of the transition to civilian life. Whereas the veterans continue to serve our community in numerous ways, from individual efforts and volunteering in organizations and coordinated activities. And whereas Oswego County appreciates the sacrifice of our United States military personnel made while defending the freedom and believes specific recognition be according to them in appreciation of their service and demonstrate the honor and support they earn. Whereas Oswego County seeks to honor these individuals who have performed their duties honorably in the name of freedom by placing themselves in harm's way for the good of all. Now and therefore, be it resolved, I, James Weather, Chairman of the Oswego County Legislature, on behalf of the entire legislature, recognize Operation Greenlight and encourage its citizens and businesses to honor those immeasurable sacrifice has helped preserve our freedom, displaying a green light during the month of November. Operation Greenlight. So if any of you don't have one, go out to your hardware store, grab a green light, place it in your front porch light if you could, and run that throughout the rest of the month of November. Thank you.
So the county does this every year, and this is a very simple way to give widespread gratitude to the veterans. I know Tuesday you probably said thank you for your service to a lot of veterans, especially the ones you know, your family members, but there are veterans out there that you don't know that they're a veteran, and things like this lets them know that you still care, so I appreciate it.
Could we just have a show of hands? Is there any other veterans here? I know we got Mike. One in the back, you could just rise for a minute. Everybody in this room should thank everybody with their hands up.
Okay, this next proclamation is for Zonta. So if anyone from the Zonta Club can come up, I'd appreciate it. Can we do a picture first? Oswego County Legislators proclaim November 25th, 2025 to December 10th, 2025 as the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Whereas the Zonta Club of Oswego is part of Zonta International, a leading global organization of professional, empowered women through service and advocacy, and whereas each year Zonta International and its local club observe the 16 days of activism and against gender-based violence, a global campaign that begins on November 25th, the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, and continues through December 10th, Human Rights Day. Whereas those through its Zonta Say No More Violence Against Women campaign, the Zonta Club of Oswego raises awareness, supports local prevention efforts, and partners with communities, organizations to create a safer, more equitable world for all. Whereas the members of the Zonta Club of Oswego exemplify leadership, compassion through their ongoing volunteerism, educational outreach, and advocacy on behalf of the women and the girls across the region. Now, therefore, I, James Weatherly, Chairman of the Oswego County Legislature, and on behalf of the entire legislature, and the people of Oswego County, do hereby proclaim November 25th through December 10th as 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. And we also commend the Zonta Club of Oswego for their important contribution to Central New York and our nation.
As it says, Zonta International works globally to end intimate partner violence. This is a campaign we run every year. So from the 25th to the 10th, don your orange and make it part of your conversation.
Okay, last but not least, we have the Runaway Homeless Youth Month.
I will.
Can I get someone to actually go on this side too? Lisa, come join us. Right. Do you want to do it one at a time? Okay. I'll do mine first. And we'll do one more just for good measure.
One more for good measure.
Thank you.
Okay. Oswego County Legislature proclaims November as Runaway and Homeless Youth Month. Whereas Oswego County Opportunities, OCO, is a vital community organization dedicated to improving the quality of life for individuals and families throughout Oswego County by providing essential services, support, and advocacy. And whereas the OCO Street Outreach Team connects and builds relationships with runaway and homeless youth, RHY, to ensure that they have information and support service to assist them in moving out of the streets and adjusting to safe and appropriate living arrangements. And whereas through this project, street youth have regular interaction with responsible, caring adults with whom they can build trusting relationships and who they will help connect with treatment, counseling, emergency shelter, community services, and develop opportunities so that they can improve behavioral and physical health and make healthy choices about where they live and how they live and how they behave. And whereas the dedication of the street outreach team not only unifies those in need, but strengthens the entire community by fostering understanding, reducing barriers, and promoting the well-being of all residents. And now and therefore, be it resolved that I, James Weatherbrook, Chairman of the Oswego County Legislature, and on behalf of the legislature and the people of Oswego County, do hereby recognize November as Runaway and Homeless Youth Month.
I just want to thank everyone for allowing us to be here and recognizing November as Runaway Homeless Youth Month, also known as Hope Month, which is Homelessness Outreach, Prevention, Education Month for young people. Just some real quick numbers of what we've been able to do in the last year. We've had 82 Runaway Homeless Youth contact us for services. 19 youth were served in our Runaway Homeless Youth Shelter. 12 youth entered transitional housing through our programming, and we were able to give out over 500 emergency supply kits to youth who are street involved or on the street. And so that's thanks to the support of everyone, and we thank you for your continued support.
Thank you very much. Good job.
Thank you. Moving now to introduction of visitors. Thank you. Moving on to public speakers on resolutions of the day. Legislator Martino. There are. Thank you. This time I would call forward Michael Segreto. He could come forward. We have 5 minutes. I would note that we're not actually voting on legislative pay increases today. We're voting on setting a hearing to discuss them.
I didn't understand that now. I didn't know that this morning. I read the Good afternoon. I read the Pell Times this morning, front page, and it illustrated that you were going to have a motion
Yeah, not
to
today.
the, all right.
But you're free to speak on it.
Yeah, what I'd like to say is this, you know, when you give a pay increase and you run a business and you give somebody a pay increase, it's for a job well done, it's a reward for a job well done. And then you look at the finished product when you're done and you say, yeah, that's justified, okay? Now, I'm not here to tell Chairman Weatherup or the county legislator or Sheriff Hilton or whoever else may be that you don't do a good job. I'm not here to say that to you, but I am going to say this to you. The optics and the statistics for this are terrible. The 10th year in a row. We just came off this horrible month with the government shutdown. It's going to be worse next year. The Medicaid and the SNAP in Oswego County, as we know, is in tough shape. There's over 18,000 people in Oswego County on SNAP, and there's 32,000 people on Medicaid. Those programs are going to be cut by billions of dollars next year. It's going to affect all of us. I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, whatever. We're not going to be able to make up that difference to these people. Again, it's supposed to be for a reward well done. I don't see the significance of why you have to have another pay increase. And here's the other thing. You're going to do this so it's effective through 2028. Well, you've got a number of new elected officials coming on board January 1. Don't they have a right to their opinion about whether this should go through or not? Whether they like it or not? It's not, I don't think it's fair. And I think you need to walk away from this year. I think you need to move on because we're in a crisis in the United States and it's not getting any better. Thank you.
Go now to Karen Oakes. Come forward.
Did you call me?
Yes, Karen
Okay.
Oakes.
You can't hear anything at all in the back of the chamber, and you certainly can't hear anything in the hall.
You're speaking on resolution HS 20. We have 5 minutes. Thank you.
Yes.
What's that?
We don't have any.
Excuse me, which resolution are you on?
That was the resolution as it was listed in the agenda.
Well, we don't have 20, so maybe it's HS 2?
Oh,
HS 5.
It regards the transfer of funds within DSS for the safety net program.
HS 5.
Okay,
just number 20 on the page, that's why you said 20.
okay. All right, thank you for the correction. Can everybody in the back hear me? Because this is the third time I've appeared before this body this year, and each time I've had to ask that you make it accessible to the public so that people who are coming to see you do our business can actually hear you. My name is Karen Oakes. I'm a resident of District 4, and I'm here to speak regarding the budget transfer necessitated by deep federal cuts to the safety net program. This is a huge amount for the county to absorb, and it is simply not sustainable for our local tax base. We won't always have unspent funds to tap into, particularly if we're siphoning those funds $1.2 million at a time. Meanwhile, we know it won't be the last time that such burden shifting is required. The local share of SNAP and Medicaid, both program and administrative expenses, is set to increase considerably over the next year due to the so-called Big Beautiful Bill that your pal Claudia Tenney supported wholeheartedly. She did that despite the manifold ways that it will harm her constituents. In fact, our own county administrator, Phil Church, acknowledged that meeting the new recertification requirements, just that part alone, will require the labor of at least 39 DSS personnel instead of the typical 15 who are dedicated to that task. Social safety net programs are incredibly important to the people of Oswego County, many of whom cannot pay for groceries, let alone for a $1,000 VIP experience with their congresswoman and the House Majority Leader. Unlike you, they don't get to vote to give themselves raises each year. Unlike the county sheriff, the county clerk, the county treasurer, their buddies don't get to give them 8% raises over multiple years. In fact, if they don't go to work, they don't get paid. Unlike the members of this body who regularly miss 30% of the meetings this year, 40%, in one case 50% of the public meetings this calendar year. And yet, you're giving yourselves a raise. The level of need in this county is likely only to grow as unemployment continues to rise and as tariffs take an ever larger chunk out of all of our paychecks. And county taxpayers will be on the hook for an ever larger share of all of it, beginning in late 2026. Meanwhile, as taxpayers, we are left to wonder whether county services are even able to meet their existing obligations, let alone to bear additional responsibilities. We've all read this month, I'm sure, about a tragic, near-fatal neglect case that took place in Hastings regarding a vulnerable woman with special needs. Despite multiple attempts to get DSS to intervene on her behalf, those calls to Adult Protective Services did not yield results. There was no on-site investigation. There was no court order sought until a tenacious state trooper stepped up to ensure that woman's safety. We have to wonder about the human consequences of operating social services on a shoestring budget, the kind of budget that leaves $800,000 of unspent salary that's available for the transfer that you are voting on today. The current state of affairs for vulnerable people in our county is simply one of anxiety. We have enough open positions within DSS to move around over $750,000 to meet the current funding needs, but we're not meeting the current service needs. And next year's budget promises somehow both a decrease in the tax rate per mill, as well as a decrease in the DSS budget, even as the federal aid coming into the county for those programs is also dropping by $1.2 million. How long are we going to be able to live off of our savings, off of our fund balance in this county? How long are we going to pretend that impending federal cuts are not going to decimate the people of Oswego County, the folks who are your constituents? How long until the true cost becomes clear? How much of that cost is going to be measured in health and in human lives, not just in dollars? Will you show up then?
Thank you. Would Patty Famelo please come forward? Thank you. You have 5 minutes.
Thank you. Good afternoon, I'm Patty Famelo, I'm from District 19. I too wanted to talk about Resolution FP4, which is to set the public hearing to pass the local law to pass these raises for the county clerk, county treasurer, county sheriff, county legislators, including majority and minority leader. So there is still a way to stop this, and that would be to repeal this next year and replace that local law with a different local law. I don't know that there's much you can do about 2026, because I'm pretty sure that everybody, except for 2 people in this body, are going to vote to advance this local law and these salaries. So I'm trying to figure out if it's just pure arrogance, or if it's a last-ditch attempt to squeeze the Oswego County taxpayers while you still have a majority in this body. So this is my call to action. We made small inroads with this last election. So we now have 7 Democrats on this body. We desperately need 7 more, and we're going for them in 2026. I call upon anyone who has considered running for office, who is just appalled by what is happening with this local law, with these 8% increases in some cases, to join many people who came off the sidelines to run against a very entrenched Republican Party here. And balance on this legislature gives accountability to the public, okay? You don't have accountability when business is conducted behind closed doors, and we have had a lot of that here. So as the previous speaker, Karen Oakes, she referenced the vacancy report that is secret of how money that is not spent on positions that remain vacant to the tune of millions of dollars across the last several years, while the Department of Social Services was hemorrhaging from operating at maybe 50% staff, maybe a little bit more than that. And this body did very little to remedy that situation. And social services not fixed today. as I heard from some legislators in this body. In fact, going into 2026, your largest collective bargaining unit, the co-op unit, the office personnel unit that staffs DSS, does not have a contract. They are not slated for increases in 2026. Their contract will end the end of 2025. That's the largest collective bargaining unit in this county, but yet these few people are getting 8% raises. The other group that I don't believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is the OCPA unit, which is the professional association. They're sort of a step below the management level here, is also operating going into 2026 without a contract. So it seems to me, without a collective bargaining agreement, it seems to me that these raises should be put on hold until you take care of the worker bees in this county that provide the services that Karen Oaks talked about to our most vulnerable residents. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. At this point, could we have Doug Bauer come forward? Thank you. 25 minutes.
Okay. 2 months ago, Ms. Noel had made the proposal for allowing the 12 to 15-year-old to fire a gun in the whole 9 yards, as we've already gone through. This will be the last time I will mention anything about this, but I will tell you, I have done some homework. There was one remark about the fact of how somebody had shot a gun in a family member, but no adult assisting, type of gun even being used. One of the board members even piped up after my remarks indicating his family, as I just mentioned, about his the age of shooting a gun. That's nice, but in no other words were mentioned about the family member taking a training course. I, on the other hand, made some remarks on how I would work, how I worked in the correction department for kids 8 to 18-year-olds who have committed murder. Have you all seen the 2 commercials on TV about the kids who are now indicating about shooting and trying to stop this? Well, I'll let you know that by that note, and you all, but 2 members approving it, I took the next step. I did notify Governor Hochul about this. She in return did write back to me, expressing her thanks for writing to her about a deep issue such as this. She said that she would, and her colleagues would be taking a note with the ears and eyes to see how Oswego County manages this any incidents, both in and on school grounds and school hours. She also said that if I had any ideas as to how to help with this topic, to let her know, and she would take it under advisement. It so happens to be I came up with a solution. I have written to her, and primarily it's the idea that when kids go into schools and have to pass through their school doors, this is an early learning session for kids to know that when they get to be adults, maybe even so, when they go through an airport, they have to pass through a metal detector. Well, we make our school doors, our school door jams in the same manner. Anywhere from these school door jams are anywhere from 5 to a foot wide. We put the metal detectors in these things. One at the door latch, one on the hinge side, so they pass through, they can be able to be detected and know whether they're carrying any type of metal device. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, if you really wanted to see what kids commit murder on, I would be more than happy to tell you. But on the other hand, with this device, it makes the teachers stand accountable for the fact of who can stand in the hallway and observe the red for the hot issue, green is a passing through. Each individual has to pass through the system close to this before boarding a plane. Well, then they start understanding it happens during their school days. Safety first. Last note, being in school versus out hunting are two different topics, I grant you. But the subject was about allowing 12 to 15-year-olds to fire a gun. So for your information, there has been, as of the 31st of October, 65 school shootings have taken place just in this year, with 15 killed. Thank you.
Thank you. Would now Chris Weisenberger please come forward? Mr. Chairman. Right. Thank you. Again, that's just for reiteration. This is for resolutions of the day, and you have 5 minutes. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Chris Weisenberger. I'm from Richland 3, and I'm the Oswego County Democratic Chair.
Excuse me, we're not campaigning here.
I know, I'm just announcing myself.
Continue.
Thank you. The county legislature will be voting for the 10th year in a row to give themselves a pay raise of 3%, except for 2022 when they got 6%. The county chair and the minority and majority leaders will also get a pay raise. The county clerk and county treasurer are getting raises that are way above the cost of inflation. If this body votes to approve proposed pay raises, the county clerk and treasurer will get an 8% increase this year. Excuse me, this 8% in 26 and 27, and 5% increase in 28. That will be an increase of over 31% in 5 years. The same thing is true for the sheriff. If the county legislature votes to give him a raise, he'll see an 8% increase in 26 and 27. And by 28, he'll be earning $155,246. That's way over the cost of inflation, and it's 4 times the median income of most people in this county. How can this body justify an 8% raise when people are struggling to feed their families because of SNAP cuts, due to the Republican shutdown, cuts the U.S. president fought to inflict on Americans by taking it all the way to the Supreme Court? Why would anyone want to hurt their people? So the question is, how can you look residents in the eye and vote for a pay raise over 5 years while many of us are working 2 and 3 jobs just to make ends meet? To pay for food and heating. And healthcare costs are rising, soaring across the board. The reason you're doing it is because you can. Because you're in power. You control the budget. And just like the president, clearly you don't care that people are struggling. The Republican motto since 2016 has been, "Make America Great Again." What it really means is make America great for those who control government and their cronies. It means make America great for those who matter, those in power. So while our legislators and government officials are clearly thriving, what about the rest of us? Even Tim Dillon, MAGA influencer of the Tim Dillon podcast show, said, "No one's life is better because of Trump. We aren't better off here in Oswego County either. We're one of the poorest counties in the state with the highest poverty levels. Everyone knows Marie Antoinette is credited with saying, "Let them eat cake." The phrase was used to symbolize the wealthy class's indifference to the poor. I urge you to defer your pay raises for 1 year in solidarity with your constituents who are not as wealthy as you. Or if not, change the Republican motto from MAGA to "Let them eat cake." Thank you.
Thank you. Would Jim Connor please come forward?
Jim Cannon, well, I've got 3 issues. I know in 5 minutes I'll talk to you.
Thank you.
We'll start with GC9. I understand you're going to send a letter out saying we'd love to have another nuclear facility. I think that's good for business, but I'm a little curious if it wouldn't have been good to have a public meeting about that before you send a letter out saying we'd be thrilled to have another nuclear facility. It's not like you're bringing in a Walmart or a Price Chopper. I think they would like some clear information before that. That's GC9. Let's go to everybody's favorite, FP4. Compensation. I'm just going to talk about the county clerk, county treasurer, and the sheriff. In a county with an unemployment rate of 4.3% during a time when people are being deprived of food assistance and heat benefits are whole, this legislator wants to ensure that 3 of the highest paid county employees get a guaranteed raise through the end of 2028. Now, I'm a big fan of numbers. Rhetoric's good, I like numbers. So just these 3 employees' salary increases per this measure would be the equivalent of someone working full-time at minimum wage for 78 weeks or 18 months. That's ridiculous. And it's not like I feel those 3 people are going to be on food stamps next week if they don't get the 8%. Okay? In Oswego County, the living wage calculation, which you can look up online, anybody wants to look. Right now, living wage with a single parent with 1 child, they would have to get $40.45 an hour. Okay? 2 adults, 2 children, forget it. It goes way up, $42.33 each for them. Okay? These may be competitive salaries, but these increases at this time seem to be equivalent of not looking at the people they work for and not feeling their pain economically at this time. Now, that's, as far as I'm concerned, that's a symptom that this legislature has. And I've been coming for the last few months, and empathy does not seem to be on the itinerary. Okay? I'm going to talk now about HE1. It seems like a small thing, I'm sure, to people sitting out here, but to me it was indicative of the way this legislature is going. I came here to speak about HE1 because I went to the Health Standing Committee on 11/5 expecting to see how the legislative process works, and truthfully, I wrote disappointed, but I was going to say appalled. One of the items HE1 was that the health department was asking to raise the donation fee to $10 from $7 for the rabies clinics. Immediately after that, now they were asking for $10. Immediately after that, 2 or 3 of the members said, oh, it should be $25. No, it should be $20. They finally settled on $15. Mr. Castiglia told them a few times, I tried to explain it, asking for a donation with a number attached might keep people from participating because they would be embarrassed because they did not have the money. Everybody else in the room basically laughed at him. During the November 12th Health Budget Standing Committee, the Vice Chairman, Mr. Greco, did bring up that he had done some research and thought and asked a vote to make the suggested donation amount $10 as originally requested by the Health Department, and this was done. I appreciate his thoughts and I appreciate his effort, but he still did not get Mr. Castiglia's point. Okay? So let's start with the fact that these are mandatory county rabies clinics mandated by law and funded. Okay? So how come it never occurred to anybody to just put up a sign saying any donation to help fund these clinics would be greatly appreciated? No minimum mentioned, and since no minimum was mentioned, they might get more than they were going to make with a posted $10 or $15 donation. If it's truly a donation for a service the county is mandated to provide, then why have a number at all? I can only assume it's the guilt people into giving at least that amount for that mandated service. Now, I worked as a social worker, I worked as a nurse, I worked in psych, I worked in long-term care, and this is very close to my heart because it's indicative. The other thing I was interested in was, during the meeting, they made a big deal to make sure they said it wasn't revenue. Okay? It was a donation. And yet, the bad news, you can juggle semantics all day long, but if you're collecting money at a county clinic and it's used to pay some of the expenses for those clinics, It's revenue. You can call it caca, you can call it whatever you want. It's still revenue, okay? The reason I asked Dempsey is dead in this Republican-controlled body is they can't understand someone being embarrassed by not having the money for a donation. They can't imagine an elderly widow living alone having a small dog as their only company on a fixed income. They can't imagine a young couple making minimum wage and not able to afford children, wanting something to love together like a cat or a dog. Okay? They can't imagine a single mother with a couple of kids who's not getting regular child support, because the way that system is in this county needs some work too. And working part-time and wanting a dog or cat for her kids because she can't afford Xboxes or VR goggles. In one of the poorest counties in the state, at a time when cost of living is going up and the administration's cutting programs, you want to ask for an increased donation for something that's mandatory for you to do and protects the citizens of the county. Okay? People of Eagle County want representatives that understand their struggle and pain. If you don't have enough empathy to do that, you've got no business in the job. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Randy Wilkinson, please come forward.
I'll be brief. So I'm here to talk about the raises and the meeting that you guys are going to be setting in order to discuss if you deserve this or not. And my major ask is that we move this meeting to a time when your constituents can come here and speak to you. So in order for me to come here, I had to work late into the night to make sure that my responsibilities at work didn't fall on somebody else. I had to use vacation time and I had to make sure that my kids were taken care of just to show up and make this ask of you. I made a sacrifice. I know that everybody's busy. We have families, we have kids, we have responsibilities. Please make this meeting happen at a time when working class folks can come here, the people that pay the taxes that fund you. Make it at a time when they can tell you how they feel about you getting a raise. Make it at a time when young folks who are in school, who are working right now, can come here and tell you what they think. I'm asking you to put yourselves out at a time when you can be held accountable for this poor decision. So I know I'm going to be rehashing some of what you folks have already said, so I'm going to try to bust through this kind of quickly. Asking for a raise at a time like this just shows how disconnected you are from the reality on the streets right now. We have a party in charge at the federal level who is doing everything they can to exacerbate the cost of living issues that we have right now. How dare you ask for more money while everyone else is being asked to do more with less? So, I'm a civil servant. I serve at the state level. I love it. It is the pleasure of my life. Recently, I took another job knowing that I was going to end up taking on more responsibility. I didn't take on more money. I didn't ask for more money. It was the civically responsible thing to do for me to go out there and say, hey, people are struggling out there. I'm going to go and do my part. If you want to know what community leadership looks like, during the time when the SNAP money was being withheld, the HEAP money was being withheld, when those funds were being held hostage at the federal level, a group of women in our community went out collecting donations. I personally went out and I collected donations to make sure that the children in the school where my son goes to had enough food for the holidays, that had shoes, hats, mittens, jackets, things that they need to survive. If you're going to ask us to do more with less, then you need to do more with less as well. Forego this for another year at least. Get the poverty level for the children in our county down. And if you get it down to, say, 8%, I'll get out there and I'll bang the drum for you guys to make more money because you will absolutely deserve it. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Under reports, reports of county officials, legislator Martino.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, due to a time constraint issue, I'm calling an emergency F&P meeting immediately following legislative session to set salary for district attorney's office.
Thank you. Any reports of standing committees? Any reports of special committees? Thank you. Moving on to resolutions and motions. Resolution GC1 by legislator Michael Yurton.
I offer this resolution and urge you to approve it, please.
Clerk, please read the heading.
Resolution authorizing acceptance of ABM vote by mail grant funding of $30,322.23 from the New York State Board of Elections to Oswego County.
Yes, thank you. This is to accept grant funding. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution GC2 by legislator Yurden.
I offer this resolution and urge its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing acceptance of 2025 election grant funding of $9,184.47 from the New York State Board of Elections to Oswego County.
Again, to accept funding for our election efforts. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution GC3 by legislator Michael Yurden.
I offer this resolution and urge its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budgetary modification, Department of the Public Defender, reappropriate DCJS funds.
Thank you. This is a bit of a budget mod. Any discussion? Legislator Castillo.
Mr. Chairman, and fellow legislators, in governments and courts, I'm looking at the back of this resolution. It doesn't state actually why it's being done, why we're moving money. Because in governments and courts, it was brought up that the public defender just acquired more space with everything being moved around. And with that, and with the vacancies he has, he stated that he needs to fill the space up. I brought up in that committee, because I don't have a vote in that committee, I have a voice, not a vote. And I said, so you virtually want to buy a dress because you might get asked to the prom. And that's basically what you're doing here. You want to fill a room up. You can't fill the vacancies you have now. And we want to spend money, and yes, somebody's going to say, this is grant money, and if we don't spend it, it can be rolled over. Well, let's roll it over. Let's not just spend money. We have a lot of vacancies throughout the whole county. That if you hire somebody today, I'm sure there's a desk available somewhere that could be moved into that office space. I don't believe we should just spend money to spend money. Everybody's talking about how we're living on poverty and how we have problems. And here we are, we're going to spend grant money. Grant money is taxpayer money. Not money that comes out of the sky and just drops down on us. This is your taxpayer money. And I'm sorry to say this, but you should stop just spending money to spend money. I will be voting no on this. I didn't have a vote in committee, but I said that I would argue this on the floor. You guys have to stop just spending money. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 20 in favor, 2 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Moving to resolution GC3 by legislator Yurden.
I think we just did GC3.
Oh, sorry.
That's what I was arguing about, but you want me to argue against that?
I didn't have the mandate.
Maybe I thought maybe you wanted to rewind the tape.
Another bite of the apple, Frank?
If
Yeah.
My bad. Resolution GC4 by legislator Yurden.
I offer this resolution and urge its approval. I think there's got to be some modifications to it.
Yes, thank you. Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution appointing members to the Oswego County Water Agency.
Yes, and this motion will need to be amended to the names that have been circulated. So, I have a motion on the amended.
So moved.
Have a second? Second. Any discussion on the amendment? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Back to the original resolution then, as amended. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Moving to resolution GC5 by legislator Yurden.
I offer this resolution and urge its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution approving budget modification, County Attorney's Office.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Moving to resolution GC6 by legislator Yurden.
I offer this resolution and urge its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution approving budget modification, Insurance Department.
All right, thank you. Pretty standard move here. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Moving to resolution GC7 by legislator Yurden.
I offer this resolution and urge its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budget modification, Department of Motor Vehicles.
Yes, again, pretty straightforward move. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution GC8 by legislator Yurden.
I offer this resolution and urge its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing the acquisition of certain real property in the village of Central Square in connection with the county broadband project.
Thank you. Just for clarity, I will be abstaining on this vote. Any discussion?
I think the chairman deserves some recognition and acknowledgement for his generous donations.
Well, thank you. That's not why I'm here.
Understood.
Thank you. And for clarity, my family and I are donating a piece of property to the village, or to the broadband project in the village of Central Square, so that we may continue in those efforts. We had a problem locating some property. It got down to the last couple, not minutes, but right down to the wire. So my brother, my sister, and I have stepped up with a small parcel. It's not all of it, but a small parcel, just so you know.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Well, you're very welcome. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 21 in favor, 0 opposed, 3 excused, 1 abstain.
abstain.
Yep, I got you.
Yeah.
My wife is abstaining too. Resolution GC9 by legislator Yurden.
I offer this resolution and urge its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution supporting new advanced nuclear facilities in New York State and authorizing the chairman of the legislature to submit a response to the New York Power Authority's request for information regarding Oswego County's unique sustainability and suitability and desire to be a site for new nuclear energy generation facilities.
Thank you, and for clarity on this one, all we're saying is that we'd like to be considered. We've put a team together that puts out our positive attributes. We feel we're, in the running, obviously, for this, create jobs, create energy, and things of that nature. So I wholeheartedly support this, but it's actually up to the governor and her team. But any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Moving to resolution GC10 by legislator Yurden.
I offer this resolution and urge its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing a budget modification for broadband.
Yeah, thank you. This is actually just a routine move to keep that project moving forward. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Moving to Public Safety Committee, Resolution PS1 by Legislator Greco.
Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and recommend its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budget modification to transfer funds from personnel examination line to other fees and services for the Emergency Management Office.
Workforce in New York sponsored a EMS student to take the course, and this is just moving the $1,200 over to pay for the class.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution PS2 by Legislator Greco.
Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and recommend its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budgetary modification, E911, other equipment.
All right, so this is for 2 rapid deployment units that have already been approved and have been in the budget. They were just misclassified in the budget. This has to be redone so that the money can be forward.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution PS3 by Legislator Greco.
Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and recommend its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budgetary modification, E911, overtime.
So this is an amount of $100,000 coming from salary and wages due to most training. And quite a bit of training that allowed them to do that.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
I'd like to note at this time that apparently the only sound going into the WebEx is what the mics pick up. So as legislators, if we are to comment, could you please speak directly into your microphone? Having said that, Resolution PS4 by Legislator Greco.
Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and recommend its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution creating 1 position, Sheriff's Office, addition of School Resource Officer, SRO, to the School Safe Program.
So this was approved, I believe, last month. This is just creating the budget lines.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution PS5 by Legislator Greco.
Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and recommend its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budgetary modification for Sheriff's Office, overtime in the jail.
This is in the amount of $250,000, $225,000 coming from salary and wages, $25,000 for motor supplies and expenses, and due primarily from inordinate amount of jail transports and vacancies.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Moving then to Human Services, Resolution HS1 by Legislator Scanlon.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and I urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budget modification, Department of Social Services, to accept 2025 to 2026 Code Blue allocation.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is a cold blue season is coming up, and that is where homeless are unable to find shelter. This will help secure shelter, and if they can get them to go there, they'll be in good hands because they'll be warm.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution HS2 by Legislator Scanlon.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution, and I urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budget modification, Department of Social Services, to transfer funds for adoption subsidy expenses.
And that is just what it's for. We have it's for the adoption subsidies that have to be paid out once adoptions are being done and our adoptions are up. So they need more funding to help pay for the expenses of getting that through.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution HS3 by Legislator Scanlon.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and I urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution awarding professional services contracts, RFP 25, MH-002 vocational services.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is a RFP provides vocational support and services for adults transitioning, or from services to adults and transitioning youth with mental illness that reside within the Oswego County.
Thank you. Any discussion? Legislator Castillo.
Who's it going to?
This is going to Access Central New York Corporation, out of Syracuse. They'll be located here.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Moving to resolution HS4 by legislator Scanlon.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and I urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budget modification, Department of Social Services to transfer funds for foster care expenses.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we've been mandated to up some of the pay to the county foster parents and volunteer agencies, and in the residential, or for kids that are in residential areas or that need coverage. It's just to help out with the expenses they go through.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution HS5 by legislator Scanlon.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution, and I urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budget modification, Department of Social Services to transfer funds for safety net expenses.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, these funds are being used for folks that will come out of our programs that they no longer will be qualified to because they time out. This is to help them get through the time periods. It's also to help people that lose their jobs and need help in emergency situations that can't get into programs. So this is badly needed in our county, and I urge its adoption.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution HS6 by legislator Scanlon.
Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution, and I urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budget modification, Department of Social Services to transfer funds for supplies.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, and that's just what it's being transferred for supplies that need to be taken care of.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution HS7 by legislator Scanlon.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution, I urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budgetary modification, 2025-2026, unmet need grant, additional allocation, Office for the Aging.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is $458,000 of unmet needs grant funding coming in for the Office of the Aging.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. It does sound like a lot of budget modifications, but it's typical this time of the year as we get to the end and fill up these accounts. Moving on now to economic development, resolution EP1 by legislator Chesler.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution designating Oswego County Department of Community Development, Tourism and Planning as the sole tourism promotion agency for the county of Oswego.
Yes, in order for us to get some grant funding from the State Tourism Office, we have to, each year, we have to authorize our very tourism office to be the official tourism office for Oswego County. And I would like to add that, once again, we're in the holiday season, and now we're up to 5 different pages of things that are going on. And then what I'd like to mention is that usually a lot of them are just in the city, and this month it's Mexico, Glasscock, Fulton, Oswego, Minetto, Phoenix, Hannibal, Pettiville, and Berners Bay will be having events this month.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution EP2 by legislator Chesbro.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing the execution of professional services contract broadband network project.
Yes, as we all understand, this broadband network project is a very huge project to service the entire county. And it has also got a state timeline of December of next year. Therefore, getting the professional service contract, this person will come in to make sure that we are financially and doing it in a timely manner so that everything can be done according to the state.
Yes, thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Moving to the Health Department, or the Health Committee, Resolution HE1 by legislator House.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing increase in suggested rabies clinic donation.
We have to change that. It's HE2 that she's supposed to be reading.
Oh.
We pulled HE1.
We're pulling HE1.
Yes.
Thank you. I should have noted that. Thank you. Resolution
see where we pulled
HE2. Resolution HE2 by legislator House.
I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution approving the reduction of or waiver of fees in connection with county well and septic grant programs.
Thank you.
That's all I got.
Pretty standard. Legislator Castillo.
I'm a little confused here on HE1. We usually announce at the beginning that we're going to pull a resolution.
Honestly,
We did.
sir, I agree with you. Honestly, sir, that was my bad. I didn't see my.
You took the day off last time, so I can understand you
Wasn't
doing that.
Wasn't
Thank
really-
you very much.
It wasn't really a day off. But anyway, back to HE2, pretty standard. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Moving to HE3 by legislator House.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing environmental fee schedule update.
Yes, this is the new fee schedule, 24-25 update.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to note that there was no changes in the fee schedule. It was just verbiage in the report next year.
Thank you. That is useful information. Any other discussion? Legislator Crasser.
Yeah, I was just going to make the same comment, that this has to be done every now and then to make sure that everything is set up and reads the correct way.
Correct. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution, or moving to infrastructure, resolution IT1 by legislator Walpole.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I offer the following resolution and recommend its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budgetary modification, Department of Solid Waste Landfill and Transfer Stations, various accounts to other fees and services accounts.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. What it is we have an agreement with the city of Oswego. It kind of works out, benefits both of us. The disposal of our leachate. And there are limits on there. We went slightly above it. And per our agreement, we just pay the minimal difference. And that's what he's doing here. He's moving some money within his budget to cover those costs.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. I would remind legislator Walpole we need to use our outside votes.
Understood.
Resolution IT2 by legislator Walpole.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I offer the following resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing the creation of one temporary position in the Solid Waste Department Energy Recovery Facility.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, as we're all familiar with, we have a longtime employee that's going to be retiring. It's quite a job that needs to be trained, and this position is being created in an attempt to shadow that position for a period of time so they can get acclimated and move into that position.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution IT3 by legislator Walpole.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have the
Please step to the microphone, please, we can't hear you.
Mike's not
There,
working.
there.
Yeah, that's better.
Mike's not working.
The mics are working, but when you stand up, you're a little far from it. So even if you gotta pick it up. Oh, yeah.
Understand. Mr. Chairman, I offer the following resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing expenditure from capital reserve number 146, highway and automotive equipment.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is for Building and Grounds Department. This is replacing a 2009 truck that will no longer pass inspection. And this is part of their 5-year annual.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution IT4 by legislator Walpole.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I offer the following resolution and recommend its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budget modification, buildings and grounds.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is increasing their budget line for building repairs. It's raising it $30,000 up to the limit of $200,000 total due to the rising cost of everything in the
Thank you. Legislator Shaw.
Mr. Chairman, I have concerns about Legends Field and what it's costing buildings and grounds. They've taken on a lot of extra things, as Rick said, he's done a great job. But with us acquiring more buildings, God knows why, this Legends Field has been a deep concern of mine from the beginning, and the cost and the repair and maintenance with it. I think this is something we really have to track. And I certainly hope we can raise the fees for the people leasing it.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Wait, excuse. Legislator Sanders.
I just wanted to note that this is regarding Camp Zerby, not Legends Field.
Point. Any other discussion? Legislator Shaw.
Rick explained to us that Legends Field is part of this fee schedule.
Okay. Thank you. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 20 in favor, 2 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution IT5 by legislator Walpole.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I offer the following resolution and recommend its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution approving budget modification, Oswego County Airport overtime payments.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, as we know, at the end of last year, with the heavy snowfall, the overtime, they exceeded their overtime at the airport, and this is not great. He's adjusting their overtime budget, but it's all within his. He's taking it from other lines, so it's completely budget neutral. It doesn't cost any additional.
Thank you. End of the year type.
Yes.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution IT6 by legislator Walpole.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to make a motion to amend this, and everyone has received the paperwork. It's amending the mileage. This is, nice. Go ahead and read it first, and then make the motion to amend it.
Yeah, we'll introduce it first. Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing the county highway superintendent to enter into mileage-based snow removal and ice control agreements on certain terms.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to make the motion to amend this. Everyone has received the paperwork. It is increasing the dollar amount from $8,500 per mile to $9,000 per mile. And it also, there's some language in here guaranteeing our towns that if the $9,000 does not cover it, that we will get together and we will resolve it this spring.
Second. Got a lot of seconds. All right, multiple seconds. Any discussion on the amendment? All those in favor? Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused on the amendment.
Thank you. Going back then to the original resolution as amended. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Going to Resolution IT 7 by legislator Walpole.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The following resolution recommend its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing the extension of supplemental agreement number 1 by and between the State of New York Department of Transportation and the County of Oswego.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, as written, and this is an extension of our contract between the county and the state to maintain the state roads in our county.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Moving to Resolution IT 8 by legislator Walpole.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the following resolution and recommend its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budgetary modification, accepting funds from the New York State Department of Transportation.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, it says accepting funds in the amount of $2,365,673.62.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Moving now to Finance and Personnel, Resolution FP1 by legislator Martino.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution awarding professional services contract, Human Resources Department, stop loss insurance.
This is basically what it is. It's for our actuarial and pension services, stop loss insurance. Service contract.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution FP2 by legislator Martino.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution fixing time and place for public hearing on the Texas County budget for the year 2026.
This is for the 11th day of December at 7 p.m.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution FP3 by legislator Martino.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution fixing time and place for public hearing relative to proposed County of Oswego local law number 4 of the year 2025 entitled A Local Law Overriding the Tax Levy Limit for Fiscal Year 2026.
As you know, Mr. Chairman, we do this every year, basically because we have the nuclear power plants, and that is considered in our tax levy. And as we all know, that our tax levy has not increased and actually has dropped over the past 12 years. 12 years. Yes. Over
The
the
tax rate, not the levy.
The tax rate, yes. Our generic tax rate has dropped every year over the last 12 years.
All right. Thank you. Any discussion? Legislator Scott.
I'd like to counter that with our property value increased by $500 million, and we dropped our rate by 1 penny. I don't think that's a great thing. That's my opinion.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused. Oh, you voted against it? Take that back. 21 in favor, 1 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution FP4 by legislator Martino.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution fixing time and place for public hearing relative to proposed County of Oswego local law number 5 of the year 2025 entitled A Local Law Fixing and Establishing the Salaries of Certain Elected County Officers of the County of Oswego.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is on the 11th day of December at 2 p.m.
Thank you. Any discussion? Legislator Castillo.
Chairman, fellow legislators, I'd like to make a motion to remove FP4. Looking for a second? I believe this, I got a second.
I saw that.
I'm looking for this action to be taken as a referendum vote by the voters, not by the elected officials. I'd like a roll call vote, please, on this, to remove this.
Thank you. Legislator Samuelson.
Can I just say that I'm interested in hearing what the public has to say, and so I would not like to remove this. I would like to hear what the comments are from the public at the public hearing.
It is a clerical point that this is just a set,
I know
for the hearing. So,
I know
that. You call for a roll call vote. Any other discussion? Legislator Reno.
Mr. Chairman, I prefer to our county attorney to see if a referendum to the public can be created by a motion on the floor.
No, I didn't ask for that. I just asked to have it removed. I did not ask to have it be put into a referendum. I'll do that at another time.
What exactly is your amendment then?
Amendment is to remove it. I'm not amending it. I'm asking to remove it.
Is it to remove it and refer back to committee?
Yes, I'm asking to remove it, yes.
To refer back to committee or table it?
No, I'm asking to remove it completely.
Thank you. We've asked for a roll call vote. Any other discussion? Thank you. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Michael Yurden.
No.
Herbert Yurden.
No.
Edward Gilson.
No.
David Holst has been marked excused. Roy Rehill.
No.
John Martino.
No.
Frank Lombardo.
No.
Paul House.
No.
James Weatherup.
No.
Mary Ellen Chesbro.
No.
Linda Lockwood.
No.
Richard Klein.
Pass.
Pass on the vote.
Pass.
Patrick Twist has been marked excused. Stephen Walpole.
No.
Kevin Hill.
Yes.
James Scanlon.
No.
Charles Berger.
No.
Robert Wilmot's been marked excused. Marie Schad.
Yes.
Paul Conley.
No.
Noel Samuelson.
No.
James Karasik. Michael Soloway.
No.
Mark Greco.
No.
Frank Castelia.
Yes.
Okay. We've got 4.
Betsy, now you gotta go back and ask again on the past.
What's that?
You have to go
Oh,
back and
back to
ask
back.
again on
Oh,
the past.
sorry.
Yeah, let's hear a public hearing on it.
No? Okay. So that is 4 in favor, 18 opposed, and 3 excused.
No, I think you
Oh, I see.
said that you labeled them wrong. 4
No,
excused,
Noel
3
is a
against.
no. I have you as a yes. Noel.
It's 3.
Okay, so it's 3, 19, and 3. I marked Noel's wrong.
Thank you. Any legislator Castillo?
You know, I'm not done yet. You know, it's too early in the game. Make a motion to table this, roll call vote.
It's gone past, it's already on the books. Any unfinished business?
No, I asked for it to be tabled, sir, and I asked for a roll call vote. There's no discussion on that. I asked to have it tabled.
So we're going to have a roll call vote on that, sir.
Yes.
All right, would the clerk please call the roll?
Michael Yurden.
No.
Herbert Yurden.
No.
Edward Gilson.
No.
David Holst been marked excused. Roy Rehill.
No.
John Martino.
No.
Frank Lombardo.
No.
Paul House.
No.
James Weatherup.
No.
Mary Ellen Chesbro.
No.
Linda Lockwood. Richard Klein. Patrick Twist been marked excused. Stephen Walpole.
No.
Kevin Hill.
No.
James Scanlon.
No.
Charles Berger.
No.
Robert Wilmot has been marked excused. Marie Schad.
Yes.
Paul Conley.
No.
Noel Samuelson.
No.
James Karasik.
No.
Michael Soloway.
No.
Mark Greco.
No.
Frank Castelia.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, that's two in favor, 20 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Any unfinished business?
No, wait a second, sir, you didn't vote on the,
We gotta vote on it.
you didn't vote on that, and you gotta ask if there's any other, discussion. And that's what I'm trying to raise my hand. You're trying to pull it fast around, Jimmy.
We have a new chairman.
Get from the bottom of the deck, it's not gonna happen right now, okay? I'd like to make a motion, seeing as how this is gonna go through. I'd like to make a motion that we amend this to have the public hearing at 7 o'clock at night, when the public can come here, instead of just a few. We're talking about a time of day, 2 o'clock, when it's hard for people to get here to really want to talk on this. And I think we should do that, and I'm asking for a roll call vote on the amendment to move the public hearing to 7 o'clock at night on said date. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Do you have a second?
Do we have a second? Do we have a second?
You want a hamburger?
All right, any discussion?
You get to sit down, I'm still standing.
They asked me to sit down, sir.
Roll call vote, sir, please.
Michael Yurden,
No.
Herbert Yurden,
No.
Edward Gilson,
Yes.
David Olson marked excused, Roy Rehill,
No.
John Martino. Nope. Frank Lombardo,
No.
Paul House,
No.
James Weatherup,
No.
Mary Ellen Chesbro. No. Linda Lockwood. No. Richard Klein.
No.
Patrick Twist has been marked excused. Stephen Walpole.
Yes.
Kevin Hill.
Yes.
James Scanlon.
No.
Charles Berger.
Yes.
Robert Wilmot's been marked excused. Marie Shaw.
Yes.
Paul Conley.
No.
Noel Samuelson.
Yes.
James Karasik.
Yes.
Michael Soloway.
Yes.
Mark Greco.
No.
Frank Castilla.
Yes. I'm not done yet, Jim.
Gonna make you do it.
I'm gonna, yeah, you're gonna have to ask, because I've got another motion to make.
13, that's 9 in favor, 13 opposed, and 3 excused.
Almost got it.
Let's have it, Frank.
Since everything has failed so far, I'm going to ask for a roll call vote on this because people want to know who is saying yes to this, and they need to know today. Thank you very much for your time. Roll call vote, sir, on the original.
I don't, you're gonna have to explain what you're asking for.
I'm
Just
asking
a
for a roll call vote
on the resolution.
on the original. I know, it's been a while since we brought it up. It's been a while, I know. Okay? But I know that Legislator Martino knows what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
You don't?
You're confusing the crap right out of me.
Well, that's what you're gonna have to do
Okay,
sometime.
so we're voting on
Now you're
whether
voting.
we're going to have a public hearing.
Yes.
Yes.
And you want a roll call vote on
Yes.
a public hearing.
Yes, I am, because the public hearing isn't at the time I want it, okay? But I want a roll call vote on that.
Let's move it forward. Roll call vote, please.
Michael Yurden.
What are we voting on?
On the resolution.
As it is right
You know how to vote, I made it forward, Mark.
As it is originally?
Yes.
It's on the original resolution.
So
Roll
you
call
want-
on the
you
original
want-
resolution.
You want to change
Yes,
the
keep
time?
the time, no.
No, no changing the time.
I'll be telling them how to vote now, Jim.
Yes.
Herbert Yurden.
I'm still confused. What are we voting on?
That's Frank.
No, hold on.
No, I don't want to ask.
Why?
The original resolution.
Why? I'm the one that put the motion on the roll
Original
call vote.
resolution.
Can I make a point of order here?
Yes, sir.
How can we call for a vote when the discussion period hasn't ended? The only person that we've heard discuss this was Frank, and it hasn't been opened up, and yet we're going to vote on this resolution based on his demand for a roll call vote. Everybody else in the room, nobody else in the room has been given an opportunity to speak on it, except for Mr. Castillo. Am I wrong in this point of order, Mr. Attorney?
No, and you're not wrong. I would be wrong for not calling for that discussion.
Right, okay,
Any
I'm sorry.
discussion? Any
Jim
discussion?
is wrong.
You don't have a floor?
I admit when I'm wrong, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
Any discussion?
Yes, again, I'd like to,
Legislators
thank you, Chairman. I'd like to reiterate that this is for the public to speak. We would like to hear what the public has to say. So so we should vote yes on this resolution.
Thank you. Legislator Guerra.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We've come a long ways with public comments this year. Some of them have been entertaining, some of them have been very, very meaningful. I, for one, want to hear the public. I'll be voting positive to have a public hearing for this resolution. Thank you.
Legislator Epstein.
I don't want you guys to misunderstand that the problem is, and it's been followed through over the years, been here 10 years, every public hearing goes in favor of what you're presenting, that it's going to pass.
Good idea.
So what I was asking to remove this, and I'm asking, for a roll call vote on it, because you guys shouldn't be having a public hearing on this, because we shouldn't be asking for a raise. That's what I'm getting at. Please, somebody understand that. And yes,
Point of order, Mr. Chairman, this is repetitive. Call for a vote.
Again, yes.
Over and over again. Over and over again.
Legislator Greco is correct, sir.
No, I never brought up what
I
I was
respect
doing.
your opinion, and you can speak at the public hearing. Roll call, would the clerk please call the roll?
Thank you.
Michael Yurden.
One question, we voting on the time for public hearing?
No, just the resolution.
Just a resolution.
I don't want to.
Is that a pass, sir? You can pass, we can come
Well,
back
we're
to
gonna
it.
have a public hearing.
You already did.
If you vote yes.
You already voted.
Yes.
You already voted yes.
I already voted.
Well, we'd like a roll
We're
call
starting it
vote.
over.
Oh,
Yeah, just start, yeah. Michael Yurden.
yes.
Herbert Yurden. Edward Gilson.
Yes.
Dave Holz has been marked excused. Roy Behill.
Yes.
John Martino.
Yes.
Frank Lombardo.
Yes.
Paul House.
Yes.
James Weatherup.
Yes.
Mary Ellen Chesbro.
Yes.
Linda Lockwood. Yes. Richard Klein.
This is just a separate public hearing.
Patrick Swiss has been marked excused. Stephen Walpole.
Yes.
Kevin Hill.
No.
James Scanlon.
Yes.
Charles Berger.
Yes.
Robert Wilmot's been marked excused. Marie Schott.
No.
Paul Conley.
Yes.
Noel Samuelson.
Yes.
And James Carassa.
Yes.
Michael Soloway.
Yes.
Mark Greco.
Yes.
Frank Castilia.
Can I explain my vote, sir?
No.
Why not? Why don't I explain my vote?
There's no need. The rules are yes, yay, nay, no. Pick one.
I love it. No.
There you go.
Mr. Chairman, that's 3 in favor, 19 opposed, and 3 excluded.
Thank you. Moving on now to any unfinished
Mr.
business.
Chairman, I make a motion to waive the rules for IT 9 only.
Second. Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor?
Gotta read it.
Well,
Oh, right,
Waive the
sorry,
rules.
sorry.
All right. Motion to waive the rules for IT 9 only. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Back to IT 9 by Legislator Walpole.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I offer the following resolution and recommend its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution approving the execution of an agreement with Unitrax Holding LLC Elcogen on certain terms. Energy Recovery Facility Steam Standard.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, as we're all aware, this is for our energy recovery facility to enter an agreement with the neighboring production facility, Alcogen, to purchase our steam.
Yes. Thank you. And for timing, this just came in basically today. So,
Yeah.
any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Any miscellaneous business? Legislator Castilia.
Yes, well, sir, you got one more meeting.
I'm going to get you a TV so you got something to do.
No, sorry. I just want everybody to notice that I'm dressed in blue today, very bright blue. Because I think things are changed to blue. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, at this point, I'd like to remind everyone first that there's a Finance Personnel Committee meeting in the adjoining room over here, over there, right straight across the hallway here, all for F&P. Shouldn't be too long. I'm looking for the appropriate motion.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second? Second. Stand adjourned. On to the public comment period. Legislator Martino.
There are some.
This time I would invite Margaret Meldrum to come forward.
Ready?
Thank you. You have 5 minutes.
Yes.
Before you start, so any F&P member needs to go across the hall for that. Thank you. All right, yes, continue.
Good afternoon. Excuse me. Good afternoon, Chairman Waldrop, ladies and gentlemen of the legislature, and people in the gallery. My name is Margaret Melton. Open your ears now. I recently spoke with Sheriff Hilton regarding the raid in Cuyahoga County, as I wanted to know the how and the why the raid occurred. I was the only person in all of Oswego County who actually talked to him regarding this raid. Sheriff Hilton was asked by the Federal Department of Homeland Security to assist in a criminal investigation of the site in question. On the day of the raid, only 3 individuals from the Sheriff's Department were at the site, and none entered the building. They did not take anyone into custody, and Oswego County did not house any of those people taken into custody. This is a federal raid. These people run the country illegally. They do not belong in our country. Sheriff Hilton has told me he will talk to anyone who has concerns or questions about this raid, but as of last night, I was still the only person who had spoken to him. Several people at last month's meeting asked the legislature to make a resolution that the Sheriff's Department not be allowed to collude with any outside departments and activities related to illegal immigrants. By definition, collude means an illegal or dishonest event. There is nothing illegal or dishonest about the Sheriff's Department cooperating with Homeland Security and the Cuyahoga Sheriff's Department. The Sheriff's Department does not report to the legislature, so a resolution would carry no weight. However, if a resolution were to be made, I feel it should state that the Oswego County Legislature supports the Sheriff's Department participation in any federal government investigation or of detainment of illegals. I would like to thank the Sheriff's Department for the work they do in upholding the laws of our county, state, and country. Next, I would like to address a No Kings rally that was held on the corner of County Route 37 and State 49 in October. Prior to this rally, a representative from a Charlie Kirk rally, which is going to be held on the same day, approached the owners of Murphy's Automotive and asked if participants could park their cars there on the day of the rally. They were told no, as it would be a liability for the business and the customers' cars parked there over the weekend. On the day of the rally, the owner noticed activity on the security cameras of cars coming into park that had not been given permission to utilize the business's parking lot. She called 911 and asked if someone from law enforcement could go and ask the car owners to take their cars elsewhere. There were more than a handful of cars there. A state trooper arrived, asked people to take their cars elsewhere. Some complied, some did not. And the trooper was called away to another call. The owner's son happened to drive by, and upon seeing all the cars there, called his parents and asked if they wanted to ask cars to leave, and they said yes. First, he removed the anti-Trump signs from his parents' property and placed them on the ground on an adjacent property. Then he started to ask protesters to remove their cars and was met with vulgarities directed at himself, his parents, and their business. A man and woman in street clothes, a woman in a cat costume, and a man in a Barney costume were responsible for the majority of the insults that he was subjected to. I will not name names, but you know who you are. A man also approached the owner's son in a very aggressive manner and was only stopped by his wife from attacking him. The people who participated in this rally call themselves the Indivisibles and say that they are peaceful protesters. How is it peaceful when you are trespassing, which is against the law, refusing to leave when asked, and hurling obscenities at the owner's son? Definitely not what I would call peaceful. After the rally, the owner posted on Facebook a reaction to what had happened. There were numerous posts in retaliation on the North Shore community page which trashed the owner, her son, and the business. When I spoke with the owner, she had told me that she'd actually received many calls from people who are going to use her business to repair their automobiles in the future. The Charlie Kirk rally across the street was, in contrast, peaceful and well organized. Claudia Tenney was in attendance, so the members of the Sheriff's Department on site, as well as their own security people. Again, thank you to the Sheriff's Department. Lastly, I'm addressing this to my fellow Republicans in the legislature. Why am I the only person here speaking for the Republican Party? Democrats are outnumbered 2-to-1 by registered Republicans. There should be as many Republicans speaking here on the party's behalf as there are Democrats. Do not let the last election's results go unchecked. I challenge each Republican legislature to call with a call to action to enlist your district's population to come and speak to the issues prevalent in our county. Thank you for allowing me to speak today.
Thank you. Thank you. At this time, I would call Jim Cannon forward. You have 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman Weatherup. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you some more numbers because, that's what I do. So Oswego County population is 118,000 residents. Per capita income is about $35,000, which is well below the cost of living. Median household income, $70,000. There's approximately 3,200 people on SSDI, that's 2.7% of the population, whose average monthly check is about $1,600. Well, 543 of those people are under 18. 461 are over 65. Approximately 23,500 people on Social Security, that's 20% of the population, and their average monthly check is about $2,120. Percent of the county living below poverty line, about 15%. Percent of population of veterans, 7.2%. Surprisingly enough, that's about double the rate of New York State in general, and it's about 20% higher than the rate of the U.S. in general. On a positive note, Eric, I met him today. I don't know if he's still here from the Veterans Department at the Human Service, and doing an excellent job. He's doing an excellent job, and you've got good support from the legislature, and I'm happy with that. Food insecurity population last week, about 17,000 residents. That's about 14.5%. Annual food budget shortfall, about $12 million in the county. Homeless population, about 300 people. SNAP benefits involve about 16,600 people, approximately 14% of the population, involving 9,200 households. Now, why did I tell you that? Well, that's because I hear a lot of crap about people talking about people sitting on the couch eating Cheetos and watching soap operas that are on SNAP. That's the populations we have in the county that are getting SNAP. If you raised your hand and applauded for veterans like me today, you better think about the ones who are probably on SNAP and didn't get them this month. Okay? There are approximately 33,000, let's talk about the big BS bill. Approximately 33,000 people on Medicaid in Oswego County. That's about 28% of the population. Total Medicaid spending in New York State is $98 billion. Long-term care, nursing homes, accounts for about 18% of that. That's $17.64 billion. Medicaid covers about 64% of nursing home residents. In Oswego County, they have about 425 people in nursing homes within the county. Statistically, that means that about 290 of them are utilizing Medicaid for their care. I took care of a lot of those people, a lot of nice families. But how many of those people that are from this county are nursing homes outside Oswego County? In New York State, 1 year nursing home care can cost about $159,000. Even if Medicare pays part of it, at least half would be paid by Medicaid. That would be about $80,000. Now, because of this legislation, how many more people have or will be added to the food insecurity population? How many more people have and will be added to the homeless population? How many of those 290 families can afford to pay for your family members' care if they lose all or part of that Medicaid reimbursement? What will happen to those family, staff, and vendors if they lose that money? We have nursing homes in Oswego County. Guess how they get paid? What are we doing to educate the people in this county and what will happen when these cuts take effect? Do you as legislators then and do you now support these cuts that were pushed through Congress by the Republicans? Do you as legislators support the refusal of the administration to negotiate with the Democrats to stop the shutdown? Do you as legislators support having health insurance rates in some cases doubling because the administration won't bend and is using people's pain and loss as a tool to force Democrats to go along with their plan to gut health care and to gut what they call Democratic programs? So, Here's another statistic. In the 2024 national election, 95 million registered voters didn't vote. My one and only mission in the next year is to find every one of those people in Oswego County, get them off their couches and get them to vote. I talked about empathy today. Think of me as your conscience, because for every meeting I can come to in the next year, you're going to see me, and when I'm allowed to talk, you're going to hear me. Because there are more people than just the ones that voted for you that you represent. If you got 56% of the population that voted for you in your district, you have 44% you need to take care of too. Now, I did see some positive things, I saw some negative things. What I'm really concerned about is, the only thing worse than partisan politics is smug partisan politics. I see people laughing about stuff and joking and comments made in the meeting that I did not appreciate, that I won't point out people by name today because I'm not going to do that. But if you want people to accept you, you need to start acting like you understand them. Thank you for your time.
We now have Larry O'Brien come forward. Thank you. 5 minutes, sir.
Yep.
Okay, my name's Larry O'Brien, and I'm kind of going to be the canary in the coal mine a little bit here, not to be confused with Tweety Bird, but I'm planning on getting my Social Security this coming year, and I did some calculations, and I just did a rough calculation on what the average recipient average Social Security check was, for this year, how that would be affected. And we're getting a 2.8% increase next year, and unfortunately, the Medicare supplement will be now, I think it's going to be $216 up from $185. And I currently have a supplemental or an insurance policy that's also going to be hit with a 12.3% increase just for the health insurance, just to maintain what we have. So that's coming. And so when you factor all that in, that the increase to the Social Security nets out at 0.96% or something along that line for that particular recipient. So myself, my company, the company I work for, a small nonprofit, it does a lot of business down in New York City, the metro area, they're shutting down. So I have talked to a lot of people downstate, and changes are coming. And a lot of people are pulling back in these metro areas, and that's going to be affected here. But what I wanted to bring to kind of your attention is that this Republican administration in Washington, whether you don't know it or not, but the Department of Energy, estimates the data centers are going to account for nearly a tripling of energy consumption by 2030. And the DOE estimated last year, in 2024, that the U.S. needs to build about 5,000 miles of new high-capacity transmission lines annually, 5,000 miles. Just to give you a little perspective on that, in 2023, it built 450 miles. In 2024, it built 888 miles. So it's not being built, and it's going to be tripling the demand. So anybody, whenever they separated the cost of what is it, energy versus the transmission, that's fueling, going to be fueling a crisis. And I just wanted to say, I don't know how you come up with your pilot agreements, but at some point, whether we have another nuclear plant here or not, but you'll have to account for some of these things. It's the reality. The cost of energy is going to continue to skyrocket. So I did my own budgeting, you know, individually, where I have to, you know, gonna have to cut in the coming years. Just because I'm losing my job. Our company has decided to shut businesses. And a lot of the major companies that we dealt with are pulling back down in the metro areas. So it's just going to be another crisis to deal with at some point. And energy, you know, we're already facing these increases. And by the way, with the Trumps here, I would not believe any of the consumer price, you know, calculations that come out of their administration. Now, Eric, you know, here's Eric. I read these stuff. Eric and his brother Don Jr. They picked up a biotech company that was a penny stock, had a bunch of losses, and now we're just going to go after building these data centers. This is the future. AI is going to be coming into this our world and taking over jobs. And so this is coming sooner than later. There are people in this administration today that are actively trying to, you know, position themselves to profit from this AI boom that's coming. It's going to suck up all the energy. It's going to drive electric rates through the roof, and we're not prepared. Nobody, you know, seems to be speaking about this. It's just going to be another cost that's going to be borne. Just like with the transition, you'll have to pay in your rates for all these becoming needs that are going to be happening in the next 4 or 5 years. So be wary.
Thank you. Thank you. Could we have Doug Bauer come forward, please? Thank you again. Thank you for your service. 5 minutes.
No problem. This will probably seem minor compared to what you've already heard and everything else, but I live in the town of Hannibal, but I must say I appreciate Bucky when he was in charge of the landfill and things of this nature. And this primarily probably would go to Steve Walpole. Okay, this would probably be in his department. But I just want to say again, I appreciate the Hannibal's landfill. And yes, being open to us, because it was subject for a time it was going to close down. But it is set up to be most efficient I have ever seen. Primarily because of when you drive in, you can drop off your recyclables, you swing around, you do your trash, and then you can come out and then you can go over to the left-hand side of it and you can drop off your metal. The point after that is the other part of why I'm also here. The thing is that the building that is holding and dealing with the trash has been hit by people who can't really truly, I say truly, can't back up, and they hit the building. So now the door jams are all dented up in the whole 9 yards. I have not seen the overhead door, because every time when I get there, it's always open. My point is that after that, the building that is detached from the trash section, it's a wood structure. The outside is probably what we call a T111. It's a piece of plywood. I have to say, as soon as that building has been built, it has never been touched. Meaning the idea, we got peeling paint, the plywood is separating, and the whole 9 yards. This is why I say this is probably would go to Steve. But the idea, it needs to be looked at. It needs to be maintained. It holds regarding to all the fact of where you put your oil. When you leave there, you go around and you can dump off your metal. That is really done quite well, I have to say. They recycle and get rid of that metal material rather quickly than putting it on a tractor trailer and hauling it away. My other issue why I'm here is the fact that the idea that I have been told at least 2, if not 3 times, that when you go around the other outside of there is where, and I have been very fortunate because of the amount of land that I have, I use this other section, which is all the land debris. your leaves and trees and the whole 9 yards, all your yard waste. It is this area that I have been informed that the county seems to think that they're going to keep their little mulcher, the little grinder piece, over on the other side of Oswego County, over on County Route 3. They want to leave it there. I do not understand why they cannot bring it over here and utilize the summertime and having some kids get trained as to how to deal with environmental issues and recycle some of this material up. It is a simple situation, but the idea that it is crunching the idea that the amount of space, the height of this is nearly 2 to 3 stories high. It has never been touched in my 18 years that I've been here. And I would really like to think that you could teach some seniors who want to get a job and deal with environmental things and knowing how to, with being instructed, of course, with a senior person from the county as to, because there has been accident, yes, and that's the reason why you need a senior person, but the idea is that mulch some of that stuff down. We're going to run out of space because right behind it is where the county goes and gets all their land, stone, and all their dirt from. They just make continuous trips out of there. And Bucky's father is one big person who is to the idea who's always there. Grinding, moving, hauling, whatever you want to call it, he is there. But my point is that they're going to run out of space because they're going to be taking all this dirt. And then when you have all this big, huge L shape, the idea is that it just needs to be mulched and gotten rid of, plain and simple.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Great. Legislator Klein has a previous engagement. So moving now to Randy Wilkinson.
One more?
Yeah.
All right.
Welcome back. 5 minutes, sir.
All right. Is this, you guys hear me in the back? All right, cool. So first, Chairman Weatherup, thank you for the parcel. I appreciate that for the broadband. That's,
Not everybody in my family's on board.
well, as your neighbor. All right. Frank, I might not be able to make it to your last meeting, so I wanted to just take a chance to say personally thank you very much for your years of service here. I got to say, coming to these meetings and hearing you talk's been a real hoot, so appreciate it. I also wanted to talk to the majority leader, Martina. We had to head off into session here, but I just want to say last time I was up here speaking, he and I had an exchange. It was heated for a moment, but he managed to give me about 45 minutes of his time where him and I got to sit down and have a conversation as adults to one another. And while he and I definitely don't agree on a single thing, at least taking that time to sit and hear one another out humanized ourselves to each other. I recommend, if you guys ever have a chance to have that sort of like one-on-one conversation with constituents, please do so. Wanted to also, I know that we memorialized Lieutenant Donald R. Hill this past week. Thank you for anybody who did get a chance to be in attendance. That was one heck of a positive gesture. Thank you guys very much for that. All right. So for the individual who was speaking earlier about the incident at the Indivisible, I was there. I was right there. There was definitely an altercation. It was wild. It was one individual. I took the time to go to Murphy's myself because that's what you do, because the internet is not a real place. Went and talked to her, had a great conversation. When my car needs its snow tires on and needs work this year, I'll definitely be heading over to Murphy's. They're good people. I wanted to go back, and we were talking about the meetings earlier, about how I was requesting that we could hopefully have the vote, or to have the open discussion be at 7 p.m., so 2 p.m. Frank. I would recommend these open meetings like this give everybody an opportunity to speak. And there's so many of us that work during these hours that can't make it. So I'm going to request that maybe coming in the next session, that we have these meetings happen at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock when the working folk can come here and hear what you have to say. I appreciate it. I mean, that's not what I'm going for, but I appreciate that. Let's see. So another thing, so everything that's going on, and a lot of us, we do not agree with one another, but we're all in this room right now and we're doing the work of this community. And the same cannot be said for Representative Tenney. Where are you? I've been paying attention. So I've requested several times for her to come and have a conversation with her constituents. There are things going on in our county which she should be hearing about. The impacts of her votes at the federal level, pushing through the BBB, all of that is going to be rolling downhill, and her constituents, I assure you, have some big feelings that they would like to exchange with her. And I'm not talking some, tele-meeting where she tells us what it is she's thinking. This needs to be a two-way thing. Since we've been in this meeting, on social media, she has posted about a ice raid in Florida. She has posted about talking trash about Jeffries and Schumer. She's posted about Gavin Newsom. My favorite one was her speaking about Zoran Mondadi's Marxist movement that's heading into New York City. And I gotta tell you guys, I studied the map back there. None of that is in Oswego County. None of that is in her district. So if any of you guys have the opportunity to speak to her, and I believe that a lot of you do have the ability to reach out to her, please tell her we want a town hall. The people here have something that they would like to say. Hey, Claudia, give us a call. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. I note it appears that Michelle Hank is scrapped. She had to go to work. Thank you. At this time, could we have Kyle Zinters? Am I even close on pronunciation? Thank you. 5 minutes.
Hello, my name is Kyle Zintars. I'm here representing an organized Oswego group in our community. We do a lot of mutual aid, grassroots, and community organizing. I'm also a mental health counselor at SUNY Oswego. I had to take vacation time to be here to even say these things, and half of you have left the room, which is great, so I appreciate that. I'm here to talk about the horrors of watching the government hold SNAP benefits hostage. We've witnessed our government cancel funding to the program that has existed for decades. After cutting funding, we had 2 federal judges that ruled that SNAP benefits should be paid in November while decisions were pending. Then we watched as the government actively worked to block that funding, to prevent states from funding it themselves, and then demanded something called a clawback of paid funding for lower income, disabled, elderly, and families with children, all while blaming each other. For now, SNAP appears to be restored, but who knows how long that will last. HEAP is still in question as we go into the winter in Oswego County. To hear from people in their 80s who stretch their last dollars through this uncertainty, to watch families choose to feed children while risking eviction, to watch disabled people scramble to find out how they are going to get food as the government fails them is horrifying, devastating, and enraging. Our government doesn't care about us. That is very clear. Government officials get to vacation, blame each other in the press, not show up to work, not talk to each other, avoid constituents and accountability, and collect a paycheck while people risk starving, eviction, becoming unhoused, going without basic needs for survival. We are at a crucial moment to take care of people rather than force them to act from desperation, something that would instill trust in local government. The only hope I have been able to find in all of this mess has been within the community. We have people who are organizing and coming together as our government and our democracy crumble. This is a community filled with giving and caring people who look out for one another. Organize Oswego has played a small part in this, but is much bigger in a community organization. By my count, there are now at least 15 blessing boxes being run by community members or local small businesses. These are as simple as coolers filled with food and hygiene products, as personal as wooden pantry boxes that were handcrafted and painted, as subtle as a closet space dedicated to supplies. These community members offer free food, menstruation supplies, clothing, books, hand warmers, and more. They are hosted by someone. They are filled by a group of people, and they are used by anyone in need. This comes out of the pockets of our community members. This is shared in Facebook groups full of people struggling. We have done our best to archive where people can locate these in social media posts and handouts, but we are also just a group of working, disabled, and retired people and parents just trying to do their best. I come here to ask what the county can do for this community as we all experience the collapse of our larger government. Here are some ideas that we come up with. Legislature members and outgoing members could host a blessing box, provide donations for these boxes, post on a page on the county website of where people can find them. Number two, they could support community fridge initiatives to improve access to food when food pantries, which have limited hours and days, are closed. Number three, they could provide more warming shelters for unhoused people in the cold months that also operate as food pantries. And number four, they could ensure that that excess supplies sitting in county buildings and departments do not get wasted or thrown out without getting into the hands of the people who need them. Funding these initiatives helps people more than giving yourselves raises for the 10th year in a row. Funding these initiatives keeps community tax dollars in Oswego County, rather than funneled out through increasing salaries of those who attended Claudia Tenney's fundraiser 2 weeks ago. Funding these initiatives helps people, not political careers and agendas, something you all are supposedly here to do. I ask that you stop using our tax dollars to pay yourselves more, to contribute more to politicians who don't care about Oswego County, and start using them to address the needs in our community. Thank you for considering these ideas, and Organize Oswego is willing to work with our representatives to continue to provide for people being deprived. Thank you.
We now have Patty Famolo come forward, please. Thank you. 5 minutes, please.
I wanted to talk about the budget a little bit more, if I could. Last year, I remember having a distinct conversation with the chairman that did he ever try to find the budget online, when he wasn't at work? Somebody in his family that maybe wasn't familiar with the county website. And he said, oh yes, it's right here. And I think it was 6 or 7 clicks before he got there. And he did find it buried deep in the website. I've also brought this up to the county administrator. And I would challenge any of you to find the 2025 budget online that you would want to compare to the proposed 2026 budget. I can find them because I used to work for the county and I know where they hide things sometimes. On the legislative homepage, which looks something like this, and it has the meeting information and it has agendas. It goes up to the 2024 adopted budget, but not the 2025, and not the proposed budget. This is important information because, as many people pointed out, people can't make it to meetings at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So they're trying to do their research online to find out what's changing from 2025 to 2026. Agendas could be posted sooner. The YouTube videos of standing committees could be posted sooner, and all the backup information could be posted sooner. So I just would like to suggest, again, we can all hopefully support transparency. It's not controversial. It's something that we need to do, and I hope that all of you will consider doing that. The only other thing that I wanted to comment on the previous woman who spoke, I think that the no collusion policy would be great, because many of us feel that ICE and Border Patrol are committing crimes against the individuals that they're apprehending. Some people, many people, have been deported without due process. They have gone into preschools, terrorized teachers and children unnecessarily. So in Cato, those people were terrorized unnecessarily. There was not a violent criminal in there. So I think the sheriff does report, in a sense, to the legislative body. You control his budget, I know that. So I would encourage you to also ask the sheriff to be willing to adopt a no collusion policy, as the sheriff in Onondaga has and the city police have, especially in light of the fact that we see on our televisions every night how ICE and Homeland Security and Border Patrol have been treating people that live in our country. They're not illegal. In many cases, they're described that way, but that's not accurate. So I would just encourage you to maybe come to the immigration town hall that we're going to have Tuesday night at 6:30 at the Fire Barn in Scriba. Be happy to have the sheriff there. Thank you very much.
I would just like to respond to that. The budget, if you just Google it, you can punch in Oswego County 2026 budget, it comes right up. Just for your information.
That may be a point.
That's for anybody else who can't find it here. You simply Google it, pops right up. It's not hidden anywhere. There's no secrets here.
All right, excuse me, for clarification, Administrator Church.
The budget comes out of my office as the budget officer. The budgets are on county administrator's webpage. And the draft 26 is there. And by tomorrow morning, the tentative 26 will also be there, as well as the 2025 and 24 are also there.
Thank you. Could we now have Paul McKinney, please? We remind you of the 5 minutes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, 5 minutes?
We don't trade. Why can't we trade?
Good afternoon, my name is Paul McKinney, and I'm speaking very proudly today for Indivisible Oswego County. Contrary to some of the information that's been published in the newspapers over the last 10 months or so, and certainly the comments that were given today, I'm very proud of the fact that as a group, we've met with thousands of your residents and in an attempt to both educate them and give them an opportunity to talk about their concerns and some of their fears, etc. And I probably could take credit, or we could take credit for some of the election results. Certainly some of the members of the legislature have made comments in the Bell Times recently that it was that IOC group that caused some of the turnaround. But I did want to talk to you, kind of step back for a minute, and there's an awful lot that has been said today. You know, just in terms of policy and actions this year,
Sir?
Yes.
Remain behind.
No, I'm just going to stay right here.
Our rules, sir, are remain behind the podium, or we will not let you speak.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate that. I thought maybe we could talk a little bit, we could step back a little bit today, just talk about human behavior. And I don't profess to be an expert, but I did teach for a number of years, and I do have some strong feelings, personal feelings that I would like to share. To those folks who lost their seats in the election and those folks who were reelected, and especially for the folks who will be retaining their seats for next year. Personal comments. I think the wind is changing the direction. I think the page is turning. I think if we don't acknowledge that, we're really not facing the reality of what's going on. And I was thinking about what I wanted to share with you all today, and I was reminded of a couple of old adages that have impacted me on my life. The first one I learned from my grandmother, who was a Midwestern Baptist who moved to Fulton with my grandfather back in 1922. And I remember she read the Bible every day, and she shared with us over the years one particular phrase that has stuck with me, and that's, we reap what we sow. And the common version of that came across my life early on was, what goes around comes around. It always does. And that could be good, and that could be not so good. But ultimately, I believe in my heart that we are all responsible for our behaviors. Because our behaviors, whether good, bad, or indifferent, at some point in our lives come back to us. So as you're moving forward, and I trust that those of you that will be coming back on the legislature next year, you have some new colleagues that will be joining you, and I hope that you greet them with open arms. They're all, from my standpoint, they're all good people, and they all want to do good. And maybe given the situation that we've been dealing with this year is that we could all begin to take a look at ourselves in terms of what we've done just this year. There's a lot of discussion about raises, and there's not too much more that can be said other than this. Is it the right time to do that? And isn't it more reasonable, isn't it your good angel, to say, regardless of whether that passes or not, no, I'm not going to take that. That's just inappropriate for right now. And then let's see how that plays out moving forward. I think it's time that we really took a long, hard look at ourselves moving forward and maybe made some different kinds of decisions. So, thank you.
Thank you. Again, thank you. There's our last speaker. I would welcome you all to please drive safely tonight. I don't think there's any impending weather, but again, we'll see you here next month. Thank you.